How's it going, everybody? Today I'm going to be going through a workshop for Google Sites. And so I wanted to start off by this. I wanted to capture my screen here to help you guys navigate and to kind of walk through it with you. So the first thing I'm going to do is actually show you the document that I created that kind of goes through step by step how to first get into Google Sites, the new version, because unfortunately it is a little challenging to find the new version of it as Google just updated. Um, but nevertheless, I'll definitely walk that through you. This document has basically step by step some tips and tricks, things to understand about Google Sites, some really neat resources and tools to be able to use. I wanted to give this, and I wanted to make this because, um, you know, trying to do this live may not leave too much room for questions, or there may be too many questions to be able to try to answer. So I wanted to create this video for you to be able to go back to and to reference, as well as reference the guide here, the document guide, just to help you out in learning Google Sites, because it's amazing. It's an amazing tool, amazing program. Um, so the first thing I have on the document here is to sign in to your Google account. Okay, so I'm going to pull this over here as if we were going to do that. All right, so just sign into your email or whatever, and find the I'm going to call this the Google Rubik's Cube. This looks like a Rubik's Cube to me, so um, I'm just going to refer to it as that. So first thing you'll do is click that once you're logged in and hit this Sites button. Okay. Now on this document I show the Sites button. This is actually the old version. Okay. Let me move this over just a touch. This is the old version of Google Sites. All right. We do not have the new version on the dashboard here. It's actually a dashboard. But all you have to do is click right here, New Google Sites. All right. And I show that, I circled it here over on the document. This is what you should see because I've given everybody access, editing access to the sites. Okay, so it's just like a project, just like a either a doc, Google Doc or slides, whatever we're working on. This is also the home page to the new Google Sites that would allow you to create your own website if you want to. There's many templates here that you can start with. I highly recommend before you go into this, into our website, to pick one of these templates and just play around with it. Okay, the best way to learn a program is to just play around with it. Learn the tools, try stuff out, understand what works and what doesn't, what looks good and what doesn't. That's the best way to learn any program out there. Okay, so as we navigate to our website, once you've become a little confident with, somewhat confident with some of these tools, this is what you'll see. Just a side note, if you do open this up and you do not see this, if this isn't there, go back to the email that I sent you giving you access to it and just click on that document, okay? Because that's what this is. All right, in case it's not in your drive yet. But once you click on it, you will be able to see that, okay? So this is our home page. As you can tell, this site editor, I'm going to call it like a site editor, doesn't necessarily look exactly like what the website looks like, and that's okay, because there is a feature up here that allows you to view what the viewer is going to see, okay? And I'll go over that in just a little bit. The first thing that I want to note is some of you might be worried about screwing something up. There's nothing that you can do that's going to permanently screw this up, because there's two fail safes. They have the undo button. Everybody's familiar with the undo button, okay? Just undo what you just did and usually it'll go back to it. If for some reason it doesn't undo what you're trying to undo, we can always go back up to here, version history, and every time you make a change, it's going to save it as a specific version of it. All right, on this right side, we have every change that's been made so far, okay, and we can always go back to that if we need to, and we can always, so like say if I wanted to go back to, you know, a few days ago, I click on that one, see what's changed, and I can restore it, okay, restore this version to the, and make it the current version, okay. So don't worry about about making a mistake that can't be undone. All right. So next section is navigation. So I'm just going to show you how to navigate around a little bit. All right. So you have basically on this right side you have your primary toolbar. You know, it's not above, so it's not really a toolbar, but it's just a tool section on your right side. This is it. This is all that you can do, which is actually a good thing, because Google really wanted to make this user-friendly, easy to use, especially for people who may not have a background in coding and actually customizing the website. So, you know, and the other nice thing is the language that they use is consistent with all their other programs. You know, so they have docs here. You all know what docs are, slides, sheets. They use the same language. Everything over here is extremely self-explanatory, okay? So the first thing I want you to do as I'm navigating over on the left here, you have these three tabs here. There's really only going to be two that you're going to use. You have insert, which is this will be the main thing, that your main where you're going to input the type of resource. Then you have pages. This is how you navigate to each page, and themes. This is the general theme of the website. So we're not going to really mess with this unless we want to change up the entire theme of the website, and we can do that. So the first thing I want you to do is go to pages. Okay, go to your page, whatever group that you're in, and click that. Okay, so I'm in employability skills, so I'm going to click employability skills. So this is what Michelle and I are working on. It's going to be blank because nothing has been uploaded yet. So this is what you should see. Once you're to your page, go back over to this section and click insert. Okay. So these are the tools that you're going to use to insert every resource that you have. All right. The first four primary tools that you'll use are text box, images, embed, and drive. All right, text box, pretty self-explanatory. If you just want to write something, explain something, you can just input just a text box. Images, again, self-explanatory. You want to put a picture or a PDF of something, you can do that. Embed, not something that we're probably going to use very often, unless it's to a website that we want. Although I would probably recommend we use this button down here. That would be, because it just looks better than www. whatever, because you can embed a link within that button just to make it look better. And then Drive. Drive is, you can click on that. You just go to whatever documents you have saved in your Drive, which everybody has. All the resources that we have are going to be in here, so you can pull from your Drive if you want. So I'm just going to start with text box real quick. I click text box and it automatically pops up a box right beneath our cover. All right. I'm just going to do an example. Welcome. This is exactly what I did for our home page. Okay, that's all I want there. And I want to put a picture right underneath it. All right. So I'm going to select this golf ball because golf is awesome, right? So it automatically, when I want to upload another resource, it's going to automatically put it right beneath it. It's going to keep stacking them like that. Just because it stacks it in that order doesn't mean it has to stay in that order. If you go over to the left here, you have these three little tabs. You can edit the section background, you can copy that section, or you can delete it. But right next to that, you're going to see a group of little dots. That's how you can reorder. If you want this to be above the welcome, you can just reorder it. Okay. Now, every time I do something like that, you can see up at the top here, all changes have been saved to the drive, right? Every time I move something, it says saving, all changes have been saved. Those are the versions that we saw of the history. Okay, so every time you do something, every time you add something, there's going to be a specific version that you can always go back to. Just wanted to point that out. It's really cool. It's really nice, you know. So I added a picture here. So basically, let's see what the next section is. Layouts. Okay, so right underneath these four main tools is layouts. This makes what I just did here a lot easier. If I want to do a picture and instead of adding another text box and dragging it up here to try to put it next to it, they automatically format it for you. So let's say I wanted to do, you know, upload another picture. I open that. It's going to upload it here. Now I can add a title. Golf is awesome, right? Everybody loves golf. And then you can type underneath it, you know, I love playing golf. So, you know, it makes it a lot easier, and then it makes it look professional. It automatically formats it for you. Something I do want to note, however, and I'm going to note this over on the left side here a little bit later, but I'm just going to point it out right now. If you want to move this around, say I want to move this picture around, if I click and drag it, you can kind of see these grid lines, okay? I'm going to call this the structured location grid, all right? Google doesn't want to give you too much control because they want to make sure that your end product looks very uniform. So as you can see, it kind of shows up three little sections, right? Three little blue sections. Those are your three areas that you can place it, all right? So I'm just going to leave it over here. It just allows you to keep it uniform. That's really all that structured location grid does, all right? So as you are navigating the layouts, you know, there's lots of different options. As you continue to click each layout thing, it's gonna, you know, add it right underneath it. Like I said, you can always move it, you know, above or below things, whatever you'd like. All right, you can add buttons, which is actually a pretty neat thing. You know, if I wanted to add a button, I'll use this as an example. Our West Michigan Employability Skills Network.org. So that's WMESN.org. Actually, I'm just going to name this West Michigan Employability Skills Network. I'm just going to name it WMESN. And then the link is going to be that what I just wrote. .org. Okay. Now if I insert that, it's just going to show up as a button. And when they click that button on the website, it will navigate away from our website. Okay, so if we ever have resources like that, we can, you know, you can do it like this. You can just embed the website. You know, we can decide as a team how we want that to look. I think the button is pretty neat. You know, and then you can even add a text box explaining what that is. You know, WMESN is a really cool website. Okay. And I can, let's see if I can grab it. Yeah, I can grab it and stick it right next to it just as a, you know, something that explains what the button is. Okay. Like I said, not too much customization, you know, allowed, but some. All right. It's really cool how all of these tools are just, you know, real shortcuts. So I'm going to use YouTube as our next example. If we have like a YouTube video that we want to show, this shortcut allows us to upload the video right onto our website, so they don't have to navigate through a link and go to YouTube's website. It's just going to show the video basically. So I'm going to use virtual learning as an example. I'm going to look up videos on virtual learning. It's actually going to go to YouTube's website, pull that video, and pop it into our website. So when the people navigate to this, they can just click play, not have it go to YouTube's website, but the video is just going to play right on our website. Okay? So I'm just getting rid of that one section there. Again, you know, these over here on the right side, you have calendar. We can add our own calendar. Everything that you add on the website here on the right side is going to be interactive, okay? If we embed links, that's going to take them away from our website. Just understand that. So, you know, I would recommend using these as much as we can because that's going to keep them here. I'll use Sheets as an example, all right? I'll upload my Workforce Wednesdays spreadsheet that I used for Fruitport. This is all interactive. When they view our website, they'll be able to scroll up and down. They'll be able to click November list. They'll be able to go all through it in basically just the viewer mode, okay, which is really neat. Instead of having a link going away from, you know, our website, it keeps it all housed right here, okay? Let's see, I went over YouTube there. Okay, so now that I have, you know, all my resources uploaded, I need to make sure that it all looks good, right? So similar to like PowerPoint when you wanted to preview your slides, let's preview what the website looks like, okay? And it's just this button right here, preview. When you click that, it's going to take you to your website. This is exactly what the website's going to look like. All right, here we have on the left side, and you can navigate on this as if this is all live. Okay, so here's the home page. We'll go to my section that I've been working on, make sure it looks good. Here's the link, WMESN. Once I click it, it's going to navigate, redirect it to our West Michigan Employability Skills Network website, just like that, right? Okay, it's just going to open it up in a different page. YouTube video, you just click the play button and it's going to play it right here on our website. Same with the spreadsheet here. It is all interactive. You can scroll up and down. You can click the November list, the December list, everything that you know you want the viewer to be able to see. You can make them be able to see. Note down here at the very bottom, this is kind of like the toolbar for this preview section. Right now we're viewing it as a large screen or like a computer, what you would see on your computer. This also gives you the option to view what this would look like on a tablet. It's going to just basically shrink everything, make it a little bit tighter, as well as what you can view on as a phone, using your phone, okay? Which is really neat. I think that's really cool because I think it's really important to understand that there are multiple platforms that people are going to be using this on. We want to make sure that it looks good in every platform that we use. Okay, so the biggest difference between this and a phone is, I would say, this navigation bar. It kind of goes away and turns into 3 little bars. Watch. When I click that, then this is the navigation. You click this and it opens it up for you, just like it. If you were to tap it with your finger. Okay, which is, I think it's still, they do a great job converting it and everything. So let's move back over to the large screen and just click this X to exit the preview mode. Okay. So I did explain the grid, right? The layout grid. If you wanna go back to it and say, no, I want the picture to look over here, go back to the preview. Let's see how it looks that way. It shows the change that you made. Okay. So once we have all the resources uploaded, all your resources uploaded that you want, okay, and it looks good, you've checked the preview, it looks great, and you're done, click this publish button. Okay. Once it's published, once you click this publish button, everyone else on the team is able to view what you've done. Until you click the publish button, that's kind of like click and save almost, but not really. Once you click the publish button, then everyone else is able to see the changes that you've made, okay? And I'll show you what I mean. So when I click the publish, right now, currently published, what everyone on the team can see is basically this. Now it's tighter right now because I have a smaller screen here. If I just open it up, it's not exactly what that looks like, but you get the understanding. It's blank here. Now, if I want to publish all of this, I just click the publish button, and don't worry, it's not like end all say all. Like I said, we can always undo that, restore it back to the previous thing, or I'm just gonna, for our purposes, I'm just gonna delete everything that I just put because I'm not gonna use any of this stuff. And go back to here, and what I can actually do then is publish it again, and kind of what it does is just deletes everything that I just did. Okay, it's that simple. You know, it's really, don't stress out about this. Like I said, you know, the first thing that I think you should do before you go into here and pulling all our resources is to go to the site's homepage and just play around with it. The best thing you can do to learn this program is to play around with it, test out the tools, test out things that you think would be cool. You can even get more creative and test out the layouts in the background if you want, the themes. If you have any good ideas, definitely bring that to the team. That's basically all I had, though. I did want to upload this, like I said earlier, to give you guys kind of a head start to view this so that we have something, you know, to refer to on our Thursday meeting. I'm going to basically do the same thing that I did here in our Thursday meeting, but I wanted to be able to allow this video to be clear because sometimes when we share our screen in the meetings, it's kind of blurry, you know, because it's going live, right? I wanted to make sure that you could see everything that I'm doing really clearly. If you guys have any questions, please call me or email me, and I'll be happy to help you out and navigating around Google Sites. But until then, I will see you guys Thursday. Take care.